What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on iRacing for Ringmeister once again, and we are back once again in the Rallycross cars, which I don't know how I feel about still. We're gonna see how this goes, have a whirl. Hopefully we can just survive and get a single-digit finish out of this. I think we have 29 cars in this split. I think it's two splits of 29. Anyways, so a single-digit finish would be great. Not concerned about big IR gains or anything like that. Edmondson, he's the Rallycross guy. He's going to drive away with this, no mistakes. We are number 2 car, unfortunately. I guess it is what it is, but we'll see how it goes. Last season, we did pick up a 4X, a couple of wall hits and off tracks. But it was still a good race. I think we managed to finish fifth somehow. I don't really expect that tonight, but we'll give it a try and hope for the best. And again, hope it's fun, hope it's entertaining. It's just about the wackiest combo I can think of on iRacing. So hopefully it's cool. I was pretty happy with the Q lap 7:04, but I know the fast guys are about 10 seconds faster than that. But I think Josh's pole time was only about a 7-minute flat. So we're only about 4 seconds off of the pole, but we are in sixth. We'll see how it goes. We'll give it a whirl again. No expectation other than just hopefully we're live. Not going to do any serious fighting or anything like that. It's a big field, deep field. A lot of mistakes are going to be made around us. We just got to try to avoid the calamity and chaos and pick up some pieces if we can, and hopefully we survive all 3 laps. So get ready to rock and roll here. Make sure you drop that like, sub down below if you're new. Don't want you to miss any action from iRacing or anything else we do here. And I'm pretty terrified, so let's go ahead and get on the grid, and we will have just about a little bit, straight away of a pace lap, and then we will get rocking. You really want to start forwards here because the first couple corners are pretty tricky. Even when you're starting towards the front, they do get stacked up quite easily, so hopefully we don't get pile driven from behind or anything. I believe that the top 8 cars ran Q laps. That's true. We got Austin and Bill behind us, and then Guillerme is back in 9th. Did not run a Q lap. No idea where our pace actually cycles out, but we're going to hope it's in the single digits. Again, if we kind of finish in the single digits, I think that's going to be a success for the day. No idea if that's realistic or not. I think 7:04 is okay, but probably not, world beating or anything. And even if some mistakes are made ahead, there will be fast enough cars to go ahead and beat us. So, yeah. What did I do here? I don't know what I did. Doesn't matter. Try to figure out my buttons, but I seem to have gotten them all wrong. But regardless, it'll be fine. So we are ready to go. Just got the short pace lap. We are starting drivers left, I guess, which is good, I suppose. I don't really know what I want, to be honest with you. I don't really know what the preferred line is. Survival's the preferred line. But we'll see how it goes. All fast guys in front of us, and then Steven next to us, who I'm not familiar with. So maybe fast, maybe a rallycross guy, maybe a road guy, regardless. But we'll do our best here. Tire wear won't really come into play until probably halfway around the second lap, or maybe even the third lap if we can take care of them. So not dying is the absolute key. I think last season we started in second gear and ended up not being where we wanted to be trying to launch. So we'll try third today. Probably going to shut up and focus for the most part here, especially this first half a lap or so, trying to find a position and get through and get set and survive. So hope you enjoy it. I will focus up here, see if we can have a good fun race. Hope it's something wild and crazy and enjoyable. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I hope you enjoyed the track day content earlier this week, and
Bro, why do you break
having a
like
great
that?
end of this week, and sounds like we're already dying. So we'll get right to it. Again, appreciate all of the support as always, and hope and pray for me.
Oh, what a muppet.
All right, we'll let Steven go ahead of us there and just kind of get in line, make sure we live here first couple corners. That's a success. Just got to get rolling. Sight lines are pretty bad, especially with these big weird shaped rallycross cars. So it sounds like the back of the pack may have died already, so that's good. I mean, it's not good, but good to thin us out a little bit here. Nice and patient, nice and smooth. Not going anywhere yet, so happy to just play it nice and chill. Make no mistakes. Here comes the first tricky part, excuse me, up over the crested jump here. So tricky to get through
line
there.
did.
Did make it okay though. Car behind went off ever so slightly, but He's able to continue on, obviously being
Hold the
four-wheel
brake,
drive,
please.
big rallycross car.
Try golf while
Sounds
you're at
like
it.
there's more, more death behind us. David with a pretty good one-liner there. See who overdrives this, if anyone.
It's remarkable. I've never been meat flagged before the start-finish line.
Sounds like they died big back in the back half of the pack, which, again, fine with me. We're in a decent spot here. We've gotten rolling just fine, so cautiously optimistic that we can keep this up. Not pushing at all right now, nowhere to go. Again, it's not about the pace, especially on this first lap. It's about survival and getting through. Not making any mistakes as the field strings out a little bit, so feel like we're in good shape. There's already some disconnects there from David and others. Field's starting to spread out a little bit behind us, but still got to be very patient, very diligent. Ultra conservative into some of these faster corners just because you don't want to do that. Drop a wheel, easy to spin out, even though this is a four-wheel drive car. The weight transfer and imbalance, especially curbs, will kill you here. And this car obviously does not stop or brake or turn like you'd expect a rally, or like you'd expect a race car, to do around the Nürburgring. This is still a rallycross car, so very interesting, very tricky to drive, but so much fun when it goes right. Pretty awful when it goes badly, so still doing okay. We're keeping up with the 15 here.
Sorry.
Rich is already disconnected. I know he's not a road racer, but maybe he enjoys this. Sounds like there's been a little bit of death behind also. A little bit of a panic brake there into that corner. We got crossed up ever so slightly, but we're still good. Not my best exit from that corner there, but again, still okay. Looks like Bell and Jonathan are going at hard for 8th, costing each other a little bit of time.
Oh my God!
Again, sloppy there for me. Keep at it since we have some gap behind the 6 car behind us. Not my best set of corners there, but we're still good. In front of us so we can push a little bit more, but we just still gotta be careful not to overdo it, drive too hard, and go flying off tracks. So that is what we're trying to avoid here. Nice and smooth through the carousel. Get through there. This corner coming up here, this left-hander is flat in most road racing cars, and especially downforce cars. You do need a little bit of a brake in this, just to avoid going flying off to the right there. Go. Nose in decently enough. Fun sector here, one of my favorite sectors of the track right there. This coming up here is a section I really struggled with in Q. Up over the jump, across the bridge or whatever this is, and then down through these fast couple of corners into the Beloff S. Very tricky section. I really could not quite get the hang of it, get the feel of it where I need to be. I died on 2 separate Q laps for this corner right here, just trying to get too much over the crest and get myself all kinds of crossed up, but thankfully that time we got through there pretty decently and made it. Make sure we get the nose in there just fine. We're alive, that's always good. Again, just trying to keep some tire on it. We're not making lap times of, you know, pro drivers or anything. Missed the second carousel completely there. That's a 1X, unfortunately. Guy behind went off and hit the fence. See if he's able to survive. So our first mistake there, just missed the carousel entrance ever so slightly. Thankfully kept you out of the fence though. And we're still alive, so the 1X doesn't really matter, makes no difference. We'll try to chase after these guys ahead. We'll get a little bit of a tow from 1.3 seconds back, so we'll try to stay in this tow. He's got no draft ahead of him. Front couple will seem to have checked out. They're not too far gone, 6 seconds up to Josh, so still doing okay. Feel a little bit spread behind us, but still a lot of cars within about 10 seconds here or so. So we'll try to keep chugging along. Pretty much a mistake-free first lap, so I'm happy with that. Made the slight error 1X off track, but no matter. Alright, 2 to go. Popsicle sticks. 1 down. Made it so far. Still in P6 is great. Still can just about see the cars ahead, keeping in touch. Just about drove off track there, used all the width, but we're still good. Again, you can use some of these curves, but some of them are pretty deadly, just based on the way that this car handles and drives, so you have to be careful and be selective with it. Seemed like a pretty good section there. We pulled about 3/10 on the car behind, made up about 3 on the car ahead, so that seemed like it was productive. Again, I prefer just a slight brake tap over the top of the crest there, just to make sure the thing plants. Another 1X off track. I was trying to keep it off the grass, but wanted to keep throttling it to keep us rolling. Not sure if we were going to go off regardless, but again, 2X, who cares? Not ideal, but who cares? Trying to chase after these guys ahead. Guy behind, or guy in front, excuse me, almost binned it off track. I had a slight lock up there, got crossed up again, but managed to get the thing stopped, just barely. Still doing okay. So we have a pretty good battle between the 1 car Robbie and the 9 car Sean up ahead. That's for 3rd spot, 3rd and 4th. Pulled a little bit more time on Austin behind now, so we can't just focus forward here, not have to worry about anything immediately behind us. Which is good. Focus on my marks, no mistakes still. Not in any big rush. Like I said, if we finish 6th, we finish 6th, but looks like Austin may have had a mistake in an off there behind, because now it's 5 seconds back to Ryan and then 7.5 seconds back to Austin, so pressure's definitely off behind, but that doesn't mean we can't keep making mistakes like that. So that's a 4X or 3X now, excuse me. We gotta stop doing that. That's sloppy. All 1X's is okay though, as long as we're not picking up damage. So looks like Austin may have died or gotten killed there. Keeping up with the guys ahead here pretty well though, so pretty happy with this. We'll put ourselves in position to try to grab a top 5 should something happen, or some chaos on the last lap, or maybe we'll just have better tires. I'm not sure how this is all going to work out exactly, but we're there or thereabouts, so that's good. That's what we need. Get the benefit of the draft down some of these long straightaways. Weight transfer is so strange in this car. Robbie's really hard in the fence there. See if he survived that one or not. He hit it pretty hard, it looked like, but these cars are pretty tough, but not the tougher things in the world. Just lift out of that nice and early. I guess these cars aren't that tough the more I think about it. I mean, they're tough for door banging, wheel-to-wheel racing, but if you get any kind of suspension damage or anything, you're pretty much done for, so that's why we're trying to avoid that. The off-tracks are what they are, but avoiding touching the wheels or any of that, you know, the fenders, anything is really the key. So still hanging on, still 4.5 seconds back. The guy behind does appear to be pretty fast though, so looks like Robbie got away with that for the most part, because he's still pretty much up to speed. We're still within sight of Sean ahead as well. Robbie's very fast, so I expect him to hopefully pull us around here. Guy behind made up some more good time there. He's pretty rapid behind us, so. Steven there in front almost died. Luckily I was in there a little bit deep myself and wasn't in any danger running him over. There goes Robbie. Far off track that time. Again, manages to keep going. Not sure if he hit the wall there, couldn't quite see from my angle, but surely didn't do him a whole lot of good regardless. Now we're just starting to run out of those front tires just a little bit. It's not bad yet, but I feel it coming. The car doesn't bite quite as much as it did the first lap. As expected. Tires not really made for this. They're not very wide tires because of that. I mean, they handle okay, but definitely not made for this. You're gonna have to slow down a little bit. That's why that third lap is so key, keeping the tires on it. Let these two battle here. Just try to stay close. Stay tucked up as much as we can. A little bit of a slide there for me, but we'll get away with it. A little deep in there, gotta be careful of that. Just not quite brave enough up through that section there. Pretty good run down here through the Beloff S. Still about the same 4.5 second gap behind, which is great. Got Steven and Robbie both right ahead of us, so let's not miss the carousel this time. Justin, please, we don't. Thank goodness, that'll keep us in some nice draft range, hopefully, here. Well, there we go. That's what I was talking about. Just can't quite drop that wheel. Got away with it. We didn't lose very much time at all. Thankfully, only a couple tenths, but still in the tow for sure here down this long backstretch, but not ideal. Car behind kind of in no man's land, and there's some separation back behind about 11th there, so feel decent about where we're at. Ryan's obviously pretty quick in the 13 car. We'll see if he can make up this 3.5 seconds. He's really only got to make up about 3 seconds on this last lap to get in tow range for the final lap down this long straightaway on us, but we'll see what we can do. Cars ahead are pretty quick, so I feel pretty good about being able to maintain. Hopefully we can continue to survive, but here we go into the final complex of corners here. Alright, white flag, Credit One Bank, please sponsor me. Hopefully we can make it through this one. Let's try to have a nice clean lap this time. That was a 7-minute lap actually, that was a pretty good lap. A little bit of draft, but pretty good lap there for me. 3.5 is our gap behind. I think these two ahead are a little bit quicker than I am, but again, we'll try to just keep touch, hope for the best. Not be the one to make the mistake, as I almost was there. We're still good. Just gotta be mindful of the front tires wearing out here. They aren't gonna grip quite as well. Direction change aren't gonna be quite as sharp. We're still okay. Again, just a nice break here up over the crest. The nose pointed in. Do not slide off track this time. See if there's a pass attempt here from Steven on Robbie. Ahead, they're pretty close. The draft will play a factor. They're going to attempt to go side by side here, maybe. It's always very tricky into this corner, or any corner here actually for that matter. Do manage to get through though, no pass attempt yet from Steven. It's so tricky because I think Robbie is faster, but obviously if he has a little bit of damage, or obviously is giving us a big hole near to draft off of, makes it trickier, but we're still in good shape. Just about 2/3 of a lap to go here. Good gap behind still to Ryan. Robbie's sliding around quite a bit now. We're all tucked up underneath of him now. See if Steven gets some desperation going on here and tries to force a move, because that's when it gets scary and dangerous for sure. Ryan behind, ever closing in so slightly, just under 3 seconds now. I think these front two are messing around just enough that he might get in tow range behind us, but we'll have to wait and see, obviously. He's going to be pushing very hard, but so are the rest of us. Still in good shape there. Steven trying to keep his foot in it, manages to. He's trying to protect those front tires, braking a little bit early, being a little conservative.
Apologies, Bailey.
A little bit sloppy there for me. Still okay, still have 2.5 seconds back. Really need a good corner here though. Or at least a good exit. We got it. Best corner we've had through there all day. 4 Q attempts in the race, so that was key. Help us draft a little bit down this long straightaway, save us a couple of tenths. Maybe not much, but a couple of tenths will be key. 2.5 seconds back to Ryan. It's going to be tight. Good run here, up the back straightaway, uphill. Very key to have that draft, which you have, which is awesome. Robbie just a little bit out of shape there, but managed to corral it okay. Still just over 2 seconds back to Ryan. It's not a lot, but it hopefully will be enough this last third of the lap here or so to get through to the finish line, at least do the long straight. A little bit of 0x contact there. Robbie got all squirreled up, missing the carousel, and Steven looks like ran the back of him, and I ran the back of Steven. No harm, no foul. Minor contact, thankfully wasn't a 4X. Even if it did hurt the nose, thankfully we're on the last lap. Shouldn't be worried about any temperatures or anything. So Steven is really chucking it here, trying to get close and stay in touch really with where Robbie's at. Big front tire slide there from me. Two seconds back to Ryan. It's definitely close. Problem I'm going to have is even trying to pass Steven here, he's going to have a draft off Robbie, so my best chance is for them to start battling, honestly, for this spot. See who chickens out when. Steven on the curb just a little bit. It cost a little bit of time there, 1.5 seconds now back. Nope, don't lose it now, Justin. Dumbass. We're good. We lived. Lived to tell the tale. A couple of corners to go. Robbie has gotten away. We let him get away. See if we're close enough to try to pull a move on Steven here. Glad there aren't any more laps of this because Ryan is closing us down big time. 1.3 back. Don't overdrive this time. Steven slid just a little bit. May have a run here, but we'll have to be very creative with this. Reach basically terminal velocity. Yeah. Reached 162 and just stall out, unfortunately. Nothing we can do. We're in the draft, full draft, but we've reached the top of the gearing, so. Can't see there. 1X, stupid 1X, but it's all right. Thought he might have been there a little bit too deep, but he made it. Great race.
Great race, Steven. That was fun.
Alright, well, unfortunate that we picked up the 4th X. Just seems to be I have to get 4X here every time I'm here for whatever reason. Tons of fun though, enjoyed that. 6th place, probably could have been 5th. Robbie made just the right amount of mistakes for us to stay on top of him, but we were basically the same exact pace as what Steven ran. It was a lot of fun though, I enjoyed chasing them, tucked up under them again, much like I was in the Cadillac race a couple weeks ago actually. When Ringmeister was here in the CTSV, we spent the entire race tucked up behind that one guy and did pretty much the same thing here, so. Super tricky to pass, especially good drivers, and we're all pretty much even pace, so that was fun. We'll keep collecting a little bit more SR because we need it for sure, but 6th is good, happy with that, probably where we deserve to finish again. Maybe we could have finished 5th, but only X I'm upset about, honestly. We're pushing hard, but that last one was pretty silly. We were never going to make a move. I just kind of lost sight of where I was and was trying to look around and just got ever so slightly wrong, so. We'll keep cruising around here because, again, want to make sure we keep that 499 SR by getting some more corners here. Looks like the 23 car has quite a ways to go before he finishes, so we'll keep cruising. That was a lot of fun, though. I did enjoy that, so. I think that's worthy of a like. It was a lot of fun. It was nerve-wracking and stressful, and again, this is probably about as hard of a combo as there's going to be. We'll see what week 12, I think, is maybe week 11 or 12 is next gen for Ringmeister, and I know that CR2 Reyes is looking forward to that, so we'll probably do that a couple of times at least. I'll do it at least once. It sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds terrifying and scary, but could be fun, so. Just have to wait and see how that goes, play it by ear. Hopefully it's an entertaining event. But in the meantime, we got all sorts of other stuff. There's a Mazda Cup week, there's a Porsche Cup week, there's all sorts of cool stuff. But I'm glad that the Rallycross week is over, because this was one that I wanted to do badly and kind of make up for the mistakes I made last time out. This time we didn't hit any walls or anything, which is good, but we did pick up 4 1Xs, which, again, whatever, it makes no difference, it's irrelevant. But we finished 5th in the first time here last season, or 2 seasons ago, whatever that was, and we finished 6th this time, so we're doing alright as far as I'm concerned. Could have been better on my part, but I didn't do my job nailing a perfect Q lap. I didn't run a perfect race. Start wasn't perfect. There were a lot of things that could just be a little bit better that would have helped us, but all things considered, pretty good event. Pretty happy with it. Some pretty good lap times as well. We ran, what, a 7-minute flat on that 2nd lap. So pretty happy with the lap time and the pace, and I had fun, so I hope it was an enjoyable one. Again, just going to run this out to the end to try to pick up some more corners while the 23 car is finishing up ahead. Get all the corners I can get. Seems like Ryan and Steven are in the same loop, so we all must be in the same position basically as far as how many 1Xs we got and so on. Not sure if 4X will really hurt me that much with the amount of corners around here, but might as well take the free ones that are given to us in the cooldown, so. It will also mean we can go check out the results when the cooldown is over with, so that's how I'm going with. Ryan has said that's enough for him, and he's out. Keep cruising again. I don't need to do this at all, but I want to be able to see the results, so. Ryan was very, very fast behind us. 13 car, he came from a long way back, and again, I think we're being held up ever so slightly, just a little bit by the battle going on ahead of us between Robbie and Steven there, but it wasn't much. It wasn't like it was 5 seconds, and he caught us, what, in those last 2 laps, about 5 seconds, so he was, let's call it 2.5 seconds a lap faster than we were at that point. So he was plenty fast enough. He just started from really deep, not running the Q lap, so cool that he got all the way up here. Got a solid 7th place out of it, so well deserved for Steven ahead in the 15 car. Did everything right to hold me off. So frustrating when you reach a car, you know, that has its top speed limited like that with the gearing ratio, and you have a huge run on the last corner, and you get that big toe, and you're coming up, and then you hit 162, 163, and it just basically frickin' stops. Like, that's really frustrating, really not cool to have to deal with, and might have cost us a spot again, who knows, but that's part of the deal. That's how it goes sometimes. So last car should be just about done here. A couple more corners to go, and then we'll be able to call this one an event, and then we'll go check out the results. So happy with that. Happy with that. Hopefully should be some ironing gain. Definitely should be from 6th, even as a 2 car in a SOF like this out of 29, I believe we had. So there's Steven. He's called it quits, so I'm going to keep going because at this point we've come this far. There's our timer. So maximized all the corners out of it. Waited for every last car to finish. Check out how many incidents the guys around us had. 7 there for Robbie. Who was up at the front? Steven finished second in the 4 car. He had 4. I had 4 myself. Only 2 for Josh up front. Makes sense. Sean had 0. Awesome job from Sean. He finished 3rd in a 9 car 0X. Mighty impressive. We've been there before. 7 for the 13 behind us. 5 for the 15. So we were all there. They're about the same. 6 out of 29 is a pretty good result. Let's check out our actual numbers here from the results tab. Now that's populated. Love to see it. We did lose 0.1. Well, that's a little bit frustrating. So down to 489, we'll get that back without too much issue. Hopefully next week. I guess next week, what do we have coming up next week? Next week on the iRacing schedule, we have Ringmeister and the GTE cars. That should be a lot of fun, but again, very tricky combo. GTE cars pretty tricky to drive around here. And then Global Kia, New Hampshire. We'll see if that ends up happening. It's pretty tricky to find a split like that, but we'll see. Hopefully we can get a key in at New Hampshire and go with that. But plus 23 iRating, this number is irrelevant. I can just time trial one of these if I care enough to get some SR back. But 23 iRating is awesome. Love to see that. Pushing up board back towards that 3,600 mark where we were at before that disaster end to last season. So only about 55, 56 away from that, and then we'll be in a good spot. So I'm pretty happy with that. Josh runs away with it as expected. 656 is up at the front. Those guys are very, very close. And our pace was pretty good. I thought we were pretty decent. So we will take that. I did not run a clean lap, of course, because the last one got thrown away with the 1X late. So, but that's okay. Not worried about that at all. So that was fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you drop that like, sub down below if you're new, and we'll keep clicking them off. So that's going to be it. Till next time, as always. Bye-bye.